spreads a gap no wider than a whisper. Sirens scream. Tires melt on corners. One bolts into an alley. Another scales a staircase like it's war. And just when you think it's over, boom, takedown. This isn't a chase. It's survival. Hit subscribe before the madness begins.
Rush hour, streets jammed wall to wall, but in the middle of it all, chaos ignites. The suspect bolts like he's fleeing the whole world. If he had just stopped at the start, this could have ended with a simple ticket. But no, he chose to crash headfirst into trouble.
He squeezes his bike into a gap between a city bus and a car, tight enough to crush a shadow, but somehow he slips through. And the officer, he dives in too with no hesitation. One wrong twitch here and it's game over. This isn't a chase anymore. It's a gamble between life and disaster.
A sharp right turn, then straight into oncoming traffic. A reckless move like he's racing fate itself. The officer holds steady, dodging cars, never backing off. If this guy had used his brain instead of pure instinct, maybe he'd be enjoying dinner instead of turning the city into a circus.
And finally, the move that seals it. The officer closes in, pins him to the curb. No more exits. After nearly 7 minutes of heart-pounding pursuit, justice prevails. One break, one clean takedown. If he knew it would end like this, maybe he would have picked a different road from the start.
A quiet symphony of mistakes begins. If he had just pulled over while the engine was still warm, maybe he wouldn't be face down on the pavement like a clearance item. But no, stubbornness always prefers sirens over sense.